No, I ain't stopping. Homie, regardless. And I ain't stopping. No, I ain't stopping. I'm just getting started. Let's go. My skin is pale, but I'm a black sheep. Riding through the city, Satan in the backseat. Hey, yo, that's me. I run it like a track meet. A rap fiend. I set the bar high like an athlete. Step in the booth and Zach gon' drop that 808. Cause the vibe is dope and the beat is cracking. Now it's getting laced. I'm sharp as a razor blade. I can blow your mind like JFK. I do what I want. You ain't gonna box me in.
What's good, everybody? I'm Danny D-Lo, and this is Danny D-Lo Biker TV. In this episode, I'm gonna talk about something that one of you guys asked me to do about being friends with a 1% motorcycle club. How does that work? What does it mean? All that stuff, right? Well, first, I want to give a big shout out to Tank and Dirty from Tank and Dirty Biker Lifestyle Podcast. I spent a little time with them over the weekend. We had a good time at a strip club. We was kicking it. They do a strip club poker run, and they hit like all the local strip clubs, and and just party and kick it, man, and have a good time. So I had text Tank when I heard about he was gonna be rolling through my area. I let him know, yo, I'm gonna come meet up with y'all, man. Actually meet you in person. We've been on a couple of shows together, but I thought it would be cool to meet up. And I met up with Tank and Dirty and all of his guys, and all of them were real cool, man. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good laughs. Really good dudes. They were very welcoming, and I had a good time with those brothers, man. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Tank and Dirty. Much love and respect to you guys. It was good meeting you and good hanging out. Good tossing back a couple of beers with y'all. So let's get into it, man. What is it like, or what is it about being friends with a 1% motorcycle club? Now, this is not to be confused with, being a hang around, a future prospect, or anything like that. Many club chapters have people that are just friends of the club. They probably started out as one of their bros that they're close with, started prospecting for the club, became a member. So, they were invited to come around because they're close friends or whatever. And little by little, you start becoming friends with other guys that are in the club, and now you come to all the parties, you go to all the different runs, and you hang out and you have a good time. You're a supporter, but you're a little more important than a supporter because you're a part of the family. You're a friend of the family. I guess the best analogy I can put out, which is horrible considering what I put out here, but it's kind of like how the mafia used to be. You're a friend of the club or a friend of ours. You know what I mean? Like something like that. So I know a lot of guys that are just friends of the club. They'll wear support gear. Sometimes they won't. They come to all the club functions. They help out. And even sometimes they can be called upon, when something's going down. If you're a righteous dude and you've showed everybody that, you ain't no punk about your stuff, you present yourself the way you're about this life a little bit, but you just don't want to be pot committed. So you'll be around, and sometimes you might get called on like, hey man, I kind of need a hand over here, man. Can you come give me a hand, And sometimes, they're there for that too, but one thing I want to express on here, man, when you're a friend of a club and you wear support gear, or even if you don't, but when you're a friend of a 1% motorcycle club, the one thing you got to keep in mind is that all 1% clubs, for the most part, have an issue with another 1% club. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. I think it's stupid personally. I think everybody needed to stop. I think all of you guys need to just sit down and remember why we're doing this. You guys are taking all the fun out of this shit, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But what you gotta keep in mind and remember when you're a friend of the club is that there are people out there that see you with that club all the time. You're at the bar, you're on runs, you're at parties, you're doing your thing, you're with them all the time. So sometimes I can put you in the middle of situations that you might not want to be a part of. So you need to keep that in mind before you get involved and start hanging out with a club like that. There are levels to this game, and when you're hanging out with a club that is top of the level, top of the food chain, there's gonna be haters. There's gonna be people that don't like you because you hang out with them. So you sometimes you can get put in the crosshairs of some stuff too. So you got to keep that in mind, man. When you basically claim your loyalty to a certain club, you're letting everybody know that this is who you roll with. When the shit goes down, this is where you at. These are the people you riding with. You're there for them. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind, man. Not everybody, there's people that can kind of ride the fence line a little bit, but it's very few and far between. Sometimes you just got to pick that side of the fence you with and roll with it. So keep that in mind when you're going to hang out with a club and go around, especially if your intentions aren't really to be involved in that life. You just like the atmosphere, you like the guys that you met, and you cool with them and all that, And sometimes clubs will put you in the trick bag too. You gotta be street smart in this world, man. You gotta be very street smart in this game, man. And what do I mean by they might put you in a trick bag? Well, they may invite you out to come out to an event, and now you out in the public eye. Now everybody sees you, so now you're being placed with that in particular club. So say something goes down. Well, if you're any kind of a man and you're a real dude, you're gonna roll with who you roll in with. You know what I mean? Like any real man, I'll tell you how I roll. I'll tell you how I am. All right. If I'm with this club today, if I'm friends with these dudes and I'm with them today, whatever goes down and whatever happens right now, I'm with it. I'm with the business. I'm going down swinging right there with you because I rolled in here with you and I'm gonna roll out with you. That's how I roll. Now tomorrow might be a different story. I might be with another group of dudes kicking it, and same scenario. You guys get into it. Hey man, I'm with you. That's just how I am. So what I'm trying to say is, just be careful, man, because sometimes a club will invite you and they may not mean it that way, or they might be trying to pressure you into joining. So they'll invite you out somewhere and you'll get caught up in a predicament where you got to make that choice, where you got to make that stance. Are you with us or not? And there's a reason for this too. It's not a club being dirtbags. They're not being assholes. You got to remember something, man. We're all about a certain type of life. So we're all about knowing who we're with, knowing our surroundings, knowing the type of people that are with us. Are you with us or are you just hanging out? There's a difference. So that's what a friend of a club is, man. And hey man, it's probably one of the funnest and best things to be really honest with you. You don't have no obligations. A hang around still has obligations. You're just a friend of the club, man. You come whenever you want, you hang out, you have a good time. And throughout the years of being around and earning everybody's trust, you become a member of that club even though you ain't. I've seen some people become an honorary member of a club. That happens very seldomly, but it does happen. And you become privy to everything that's going on around and stuff like that. And you have a good time, but you don't have them obligations. You ain't got to pay dues. You ain't got no meetings to be at. You don't have to go across country for nothing. You don't have to do shit. You do whatever you want. You come around when you want. You hang out. You have a good time. You go home, and that's it. What they do after you leave is on them. It ain't your problem. So it's kind of a cool position to be in if you are that guy that doesn't really want to be too committed. don't want to be too heavily involved in anything and stuff like that. But just, always keep in mind, man, there's enemies for everybody out here, okay? I've got tons of them, believe me. A lot of y'all are watching me right now. Don't care. You already know the business. And, you just got to keep that in mind, man, of who you messing with, where you at, who you around, stuff like that, So like I said, man, just be mindful, that's about it. That's about all I can really say on that subject. For the next episode, I am not sure what I'm going to be talking about. I don't even know what I was going to say. I'm going to keep it real with y'all, man. I guess we're going to have a little blooper at the end of this video. Fuck it. But yeah, so that's what I got to say about that. I really did have a good time with Tank and Dirty. Those dudes were a riot. They're really cool. A lot of them watch me and stuff, so y'all know who you are. Much love and respect to y'all, man. It was an honor hanging out with y'all, man. I had a good time. Those boys know how to have a good time for sure, man. So until the next episode, you already know the drill, man. We're going to keep it real, and we're going to keep it 100. I'll let y'all, man. Peace.